Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the All Flash, All Clustered, Ready for All Use Cases webcast. We will be taking live Q&A during today's webcast, so feel free to IM the host with any questions, and Sargon and I will do our absolute best to answer those questions. Thank you very much, Shelley, for doing the warm-up for us. We really felt like we were in Houston here in mission control as you were counting us down, so we're looking forward to getting going today. I'm here in Sunnyvale, California at Fujitsu's West Coast headquarters. I'm Richard McCormack, Head of Marketing here for Fujitsu America, and I'm joined by my very good friend and super technical expert, Mr. Sargon Benjamin. Please introduce yourself, Sargon.
Hello, everybody. This is Sargon Benjamin, and thank you, Richard, for the lovely introducing me. So I'm basically been with the company for almost about 11 years, and I'm the technical expert on the all-flash technology. And I'm here to basically provide any support that I can. At the end of this presentation, as Richard mentioned, we will take Q&A. And with that, I'll pass it on to Richard.
Yeah, you can think of the tag team here as I do the talking and Sargon does the walking.
Okay. There you go. Thank you.
Let's begin. The purpose of this presentation is really to focus in on your data. No one at all wants this kind of image coming up in front of their building. It will be a disaster. You all are very familiar with the fact that more than 50% of U.S. enterprises have had some kind of loss, go insolvent very quickly. So this is a key fact for most people when they're considering their storage array, to make sure that the data is very, very well protected. And you will find out throughout this entire presentation, this is why we all have this mug lying around. In fact, we don't just have one mug here in the office with us. We have two mugs. Sometimes Sargon and I share a mug each.
There you go. Absolutely.
Because we're so frugal here at Fujitsu, but we always have our two redundant mugs, and we're here to talk about what our disaster recovery and our storage array solutions will be, specifically in this webcast about what we refer to as ETERNUS Storage Cluster. So let's look at our agenda for today. We're going to talk a little bit about why the concept of the storage cluster is so popular. ETERNUS is the brand name we use here for storage at Fujitsu. Sargon's going to talk a little bit about some of the most recent enhancements in iSCSI and specifically in Flash environments. And then we'll talk together towards the end about how you can use storage cluster in very mixed environments, both a combination of hybrid and all-flash environments. This is a key design feature for us with ETERNUS, and we think we've really achieved it. But let's start at the very start of the story, and the first step of the whole story here is around redundancy. We've specifically designed our ETERNUS arrays to safeguard your business-critical data, and we fully support uninterrupted operations really at all levels. We're really looking to minimize downtime and ensure continuity, and the gods at PowerPoint assure me that if I press the next button, a fabulous animation will happen on the screen. And that wasn't very fabulous, was it? Did you like that, Sargon?
I loved it. Thank you. Yeah, that was great, yes.
So here you can see basically a branch office data being moved over a wide area network to a back office, a storage array, providing that full set of redundancy, so to minimize any downtime you could happen there. That mirroring capability is really a key part of our 100% data insurance. We really take the risk out of any data issues here with the ETERNUS storage cluster. We've got full capability to mirror all of your business critical data. Of course, that's most important. We can run storage cluster, not only drive to drive, not only all flash to all flash, not only all flash to drive, but really any combination you wish between the different model sizes. And we're doing all this completely transparently in a non-stop operational environment, and with both automated and manual switch capabilities, if you wish. I know Sargon's been a number of customers configuring this for them, and he'll take us through a couple of little examples, I think, later on in the deck. But this is a key feature for us as we go forward. In fact, we've already been shipping and installing this product since just before Christmas of this year. Here's a nice example of a bike manufacturer, as I would call it, here based in the United States. This model they're using is our low-end model, the 250. They were really looking very much in this case study for 30 terabytes of all flash. And as you can see from the requirement, they were looking very carefully at some of our strong competitors here. They decided to switch to us for a few reasons. Certainly performance was the reason. Sargon will talk about some of our benchmark performance in just a moment. I'll talk about deduplication for sure, and then as you'll see in the next few slides, the price point, especially because of our bundled software concept, is really, really very compelling. And the last thing the customer said to us, they're a US-based customer with also support needs in other countries. Can you do this Fujitsu around the world? Absolutely we can. We're very comfortable to be able to take on your workloads and then run this on a worldwide basis around the different regions. So this was a great win for us. We've got other examples as well for you. We'll show you about that a little bit later on. Of course, the decision is not as simple as I make it sound. So I get to do a little bit of talking. Let me hand over to Sargon for the next couple of slides to do a little bit of walking the walk.
Perfect. Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. So basically, as you can see in this slide, we have a couple of offerings that we provide both on the flash and also the hybrid. And then for highest performance, we obviously provide a fiber channel connectivity on our flash technology, which is based on 16 gig fiber channel. And as far as the ISCA-Z, we also introduced that recently on our technology on the flash with a 10 gig connection on the back end. Again, you can mix and match both of these protocols on the same solution. If you have direct connection from your servers into the back end of the storage, we can use fiber channel. And also if you have a 10 gig network and you need a 10 gig connection, we can also allow you to basically bring in a 10 gig connection on the back end of the flash. And also we offer that in our hybrid solutions as well.
Go on then, Sargon. So you make me ask the question that's on the slide here, because when I first heard this story, I said, cool, sounds like I never need to do another backup in my life. Do we still urge customers to do backups?
Replication and custody, yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Please do your backup.
Yes, yes. So some of the advantages for the Fujitsu, ETERNUS cluster, obviously, we have the flexible infrastructure options where we basically can, in-house this technology on your premise, and we also can do it off-premise. And also, as Richard earlier mentioned, that we can, mix and match these two technologies, whether it's a hybrid or flash with flash or hybrid with hybrid. And also the ease of use, where basically our management is the same management across both the flash and the hybrid technology. And with the customers basically taking over this technology, there's no additional knowledge that they have to bring if they are mix and matching different models. We have both manual control and automated control, where basically, as far as what the customers like to do, if they need to basically do more hands-on this technology on a daily basis, they can do that, or if they need to set it up as an automatic setup, and then obviously the intelligence that we have built into these technologies will take over and will basically provide the best performance on any given day for any particular application. And as far as the transparent failover, you would always be up and running, and you will have the business continuity, where if one unit were to fail, you always have a secondary unit where basically has the same exact data residing on it by using our software technology that we have today. It's called the ETERNUS cluster software. And also the other feature that we have built into this technology is called our quality of service, where again we guarantee a certain performance at any given time during the day for any particular database or any particular application that the customer needs, and we can keep up with that performance at any given time. Okay?
Thank you, Sargon.
I'll pass it on to you, Richard.
So we are all very familiar, I think, with the concept of IT in our world being, let's call, slow IT. It's very difficult often to get IT organizations to move very quickly, and provisioning of storage arrays is one of the areas that IT traditionally has struggled with. Well, here you can use with ETERNUS Cluster to really move yourself into the mode of fast IT. Storage is becoming one of the enabling functions of an agile IT environment and really helps you as an end user accelerate your transformation. Flash storage, such as the ETERNUS AF, is one of the key enablers for data center transformation, really helps you bridge from the old world to the new world and get you going with fast IT. And I'm very happy in this presentation to really now jump into a little more detail on what let's refer to as the new kid on the block, or the ETERNUS All-Flash ETERNUS AF array. You can really break out of some of the old habits you may have and understand some of the business value of ETERNUS AF, accelerate what you're doing, modernize and transform what's going on. And we do this with three main concepts: the ability to deliver very high and consistent performance on all workloads, the ability to help you migrate to all-flash without any compromise in a very simple way, and the ability of our all-flash array to radically change the economics of your data center. That's a key benefit as we move forward and look at the cost of doing that migration. We're really able to help control that and drive that cost down. So we believe this is now the time to really think of moving to an all-flash array. The time of worrying about whether or not you could run different workloads on your all-flash array, being concerned about whether the different workloads you're using, in this example here, VDI or database, mixed workload environment, or enterprise virtualization, applications like analytics or trading or e-commerce, we can now run all of these on an ETERNUS all-flash. There's really no compromise on reliability with full mirrored ETERNUS AF, and we're able to run and provide, as we said earlier, that transparent functionality. We now also believe we're fully able to deploy all mission-critical workloads onto the ETERNUS AF. Even your ERP, your CRM, your supply chain, SCM, and collaboration services can all move over. And of course, as Sargon mentioned, with the automated quality of service, the automated QoS capability, that guaranteed performance of applications, that service level agreement that you can build into your storage array software, this is absolutely key to enabling you as an IT manager to really deliver that guarantee to your different clients who are running different workloads on the system that you've purchased, and then be able to guarantee them that performance in the data center. So all in all, I believe that ETERNUS AF is a really great fit for pretty much any productive application in the data center. And it's not just available in one size, is it, Sargon? Maybe you can describe the sizes.
Absolutely, Richard. Thank you. So we do have two models. Again, the name of the technology is called ETERNUS, and the two models that we have, it's the AF250 and the AF650. As you can see, with the AF250 and the 650, they both come with dual controllers with single CPU on each controller. And as you can see, we have 6-core and 10-core with different technology. And we offer 64 gig cache and 256 gig cache on the 650. And the number of drives, as you can see today, we can scale up the 250 to 24 flash drives, and the 650 goes up to 96. In about a couple of months from now, Fujitsu will release a new firmware, which basically we will actually double the amount of the physical flash drives for both the 250 and the 650. So we'll go up to 48 and also 192 on the 650. Along with that, you can see the actual maximum capacity, and this number is based on the 3.84 terabyte SSD drive that we have today. Again, in 2 months, we are going to introduce 2 more new capacity of SSD drives. These are the 7.68 along with the 15.1 terabyte. So if you do the math, let alone on the 650, we're looking around the 2.2 petabyte of raw storage. And if you take a look at what our competitors are doing today in the market, our A650 basically will bypass everybody in the market with the capacity that we are going to offer. And we can actually initiate the first configuration from the first day, where we don't need to come back after 3 years and say, oh, Mr. Customer, you know what, we need to upgrade you to the next model. And always, there are promises that we can do these free uplift for you, and there's no such thing, because there's always a maintenance agreement that the customers will have to pay in order to get an uplift. With that being said, as I mentioned earlier, both of these technologies are offered in fiber channel and 10 gig iSCSI, and the number of physical ports behind every one of these technology, we can go up to 8 physical ports with the 250, and with the 650, we can go up to 32 fiber channel ports. We can also mix and match the 2 protocols on the back end of each one of these technologies as well. And next.
Well, that's a lot about the hardware, Sargon, but what about the software?
Absolutely. So with both of these models that I just mentioned, we also include our local and remote replication, as well as our automated quality of service, and then along with that, we have our performance monitoring tool that actually it basically measures all the performance and the behavior of the storage itself, and it keeps up a database and an Excel spreadsheet where basically it will provide enough performance information to the customer as far as what kind of throughput and latency they are getting from this technology. Along with that, we also do provide data deduplication and compression on both of these systems. And one of the differentiators that we bring to the table versus our competition in the market is that we actually do data deduplication and compression based on a single slice within the storage. Again, come in 2 months from now on, we are going to allow the customer to pick and choose between compression and data deduplication. What that means is that if you have a certain database that only requires data deduplication and you have another application that requires only compression, you can actually distinguish between the two, and each one of these features can basically perform for different environment that you have today.
Cool.
Okay?
So if I was listening on the phone now, Sargon, I think I'd be wondering, okay, it sounds like a great product, but how does Fujitsu support this over North America? Maybe you can comment a little bit on our support capabilities here in the Americas.
Absolutely. So today, Fujitsu has their own field engineering team that these are like 100% Fujitsu badged employees, and we have these kind of people all over the the country, including in Canada as well. And the product itself, it comes with a 3-year standard warranty, 9 to 5, next business day, and we also have 3 other uplifts that we can provide you. We have Basic, Enhanced Plus, which is 24/7, and we have 24/7 4-hour response time, 24/7 2-hour response time. Depending on the zip code where the customer is located, we can always provide that SLA prior for adding that SLA into the configuration of the quotes.
Absolutely. And if the customer needs professional services help as well, Sargon, setting up the software or migrating the data, can we provide that?
Absolutely. So we have also a team of people, we call them the professional services team, and they can actually, as Richard mentioned, we can help with the migration of your old data on your old storage onto the new storage, which is ETERNUS, and vice versa. We can always provide, implementation and configuration of the 2 units as well.
I know I'm irritating you with these questions, and you're desperate to get on to the next slide.
Not a problem.
Let's do it, because this is your baby on the next slide.
There we go. So about a month ago, we just finished our SPC1 benchmark, and SPC stands for Storage Performance Council, and this is an organization that was basically set up by SNIA. So I'm sure everybody on the call, they are familiar who SNIA is and the organization that they have. So SNIA, basically SPC, allows every single vendor in the market today, whether you're making storage or switches or adapter cards, that you can go in there and you can basically perform their benchmark tests against their technology, and they allow them to basically publish their results along with the configuration and cost per price per performance, IOPS basically in this case, on this website, and it's available to every customer. So it's not a hidden information, it's a very wide information that's available to everybody. So with that being said, we just completed the A650 benchmark, and as you can see, at 100% load with the SPC1 benchmark, which again, we were capable of pushing over 605,000 IOPS. And if you take a look at the response time, which is our latency, it's the fastest latency in the market today. We are pushing about 0.6 milliseconds. And this is done basically at 100% load. And if you take a look at the cost per performance, we are basically at 0.40 per IOPS. And that let alone gives you a lot of leeway as far as what Fujitsu has to bring to the market today against our competition. And then most of these people that we talk about, like EMC or the big boys like us at the tier 1, sometimes they don't publish their results. But Fujitsu, we basically do have other benchmarks across the hybrid technology as well. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example of a mixed workload that we basically have introduced, And this is based on a 30 to 40 terabyte with a certain IOPS, which is based on a 90,000. So as you can see on the left-hand side, we have our DX200, which is a entry-level machine. And in order for us to get to the capacity and the IOPS, we had to basically configure a system with 260 spindles, and these are based on a 300 gig capacity with 15,000 RPM to get to where we need to go. But with that being said, what are we doing here is that we're trying to compare that with our flash technology, which is the A250. So with almost a little bit over the capacity that you see on the DX200 and the actual IOPS, you can see we actually have increased the amount of the IOPS, and we have a much better response time on our flash, a better density. And as far as power and cooling of the machine, you can see so many driving closure versus one. And also as far as the cost, you can see that, on the hybrid, we basically have gone down tremendously, and we are sitting at 0.4 cents per IOPS. So again, that tells you a huge thing about Fujitsu. And here is a quote that we got from Christian Jaeger, who is the IT manager for ARA. Basically, these are similar to our AAA out here in the U.S.
Right.
And basically, with that being said, you can see that his quote is that automatic failover has enabled us to fulfill one of our board's central business continuity management requirements. And if you look at the left-hand side of the chart, you can see exactly what Christian was trying to explain in his
slide. Makes sense to me that the AAA would want to be up and running all the time.
All the time. They cannot have any downtime whatsoever. Absolutely. And then with these slides, basically what I want to concentrate on is our response time, which is the performance, right? So this is the number one thing that everybody's looking to get from any manufacturer. So again, with that being said, everything else, like as far as the cost saving, the management feature, and the availability, everything falls under the performance. And that being said, you can see Fujitsu in the table has every single check mark. And if you take a look at our competition, basically they are having some of these things are missing from what we can actually offer today on our portfolio. Again, with this other slide, I just want to basically go back and show you our hybrid. Again, it's fully family of products. Basically, everything that you see on the right-hand side, hybrid, and everything that you see on the left-hand side, everything is running on the same architectural design. Nothing is new to Fujitsu. So this is the beauty of Fujitsu, that everything is unique and it's unified across the platforms. With that, I'll pass it on to Richard.
Cool, thank you, Sargon. So a good array of offerings. So as a sum up, as we move to the end of this 25, 30 minutes, ETERNUS Storage Cluster is really looking to provide you with the zero downtime, zero data loss, continuous availability without the normally associated storage virtualization appliances and instances that the traditional solution would give you. So without that cost and complexity, it's really looking to eliminate any of the expensive downtime or data loss due to any failure you might have. We can cope with both unplanned and planned downtime. We've got the continuous service to any application, regardless of OS, through the quality of service capability, and of course, the easy setup. I should have done that at the top of the slide, really. The easy setup via the wizard that runs across all those different arrays. We found with a number of customers that's very useful, because it's train the administrators once, and then once they've learned that, they can use it across the different arrays as they come out. So that's a really good feature. I know you've seen that live at different customers, Sargon.
Absolutely.
So I think with ETERNUS, it really moves us forward into what we refer to here as Fujitsu as business-centric storage. Whether you are in robust, slow, if you like, robust or slow IT, or you move to fast, whether you're interested in fiber channel or iSCSI, whether you're in a hybrid world or a flash world, it really doesn't matter. Storage Cluster is the ruler of the pack here, and we're providing with our offering all software included. So this is very, very attractive, not only to those of you that already have existing ETERNUS storage, but also new customers as well, coming on board and looking to jump into the ETERNUS array. So it's a very, very good capability that you can add this storage cluster software onto your existing arrays, and then get the clustering software and the full transparent failover capability built in with the software that's included within each array. Now, Sargon and I are fully aware that we've just done half an hour's worth of content. I know we only took half an hour, but there was a lot of it there we've made sure that on this URL that you can see at the top, you can gain access to all the information we've been talking about today. We've also got the email address you can reach out to here for our enterprise sales support team. Of course, if you are a channel partner or a customer that already has a client executive nearby, feel free to reach out to them. They're fully able to support you with this product. We're actually very excited to be shipping the product already. They're in stock, ready to go, so please reach out to your local representatives and we'll happily do that. And I'm just looking over my shoulder now at the clock and being conscious of the fact that we're right on the edge of time and looking to see if we've got any questions. I can see we've got a couple already come in. One of them I've already actually answered, which was about the service and support. I didn't even actually see that one coming in, but I knew someone would answer that question. So just a little repeater on that one. Full service and support from us across all of the Americas, with sparing depots liberally provided to enable us to provide that 7x24 and 4-hour and 2-hour response. So that's a good one. And then I've got one other one in here as well. That's what's the URL for the did we not show them the URL for the STC one? Did I fail to do that? Let me just go back. Let me go back in case I've made a mistake. I thought I included it. 1 second, everyone. You know what? We didn't actually show the URL, did we? We just showed like a link.
So basically,
that's pretty useless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're almost there. So it's storageperformancecancel.org.
There you go.
So you just need to add the .org. Storage Performance Cancel is one word, and .org, and then you can also Google it. Also, you can actually go.
You mean you can use your favorite search engine to find this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is perfect. Excellent. Excellent. And it doesn't look like we've got any more questions coming in right now. I'm just checking with my able host, Shelley, and she is nodding her head virtually because I can't actually see her, but she's IMing me no. We've run out of questions. Shelley, did I miss any logistical points, or can we call this a wrap?
You may just want to remind them where to find the chat in case there are questions. Otherwise, it's a wrap. But if you are looking,
Thank you, Shelley, and we'll just make sure that we'll put the link to this available. We'll repeat out the URL to everyone who wants it in a little email afterwards. So thank you all for attending, and of course a link to the recording of this will be available on the All Flash webpage as well in the very near future, so you can watch this again at your leisure. Sargon, thank you so much for supporting me. Appreciate that very much. Shelley, thank you so much for hosting, and we love the Houston Light Countdown. We're looking forward to doing it again very much in the near future. Thank you, everyone, and have a great weekend.